Hi Crash, it's time for what's in the box. Shall we have a look? I'm going to give it a shake. Oh, here he is, as usual. Here's our Rupert. Okay, let's give it a shake. Oh, I can't really hear anything. Get down. Okay, so I'm going to open it up and have a look what's inside. Oh, look what we've got in here. We've got some people all chained together and they've got some hearts in the middle. Can you see? Well, I think our story today must be about people. In fact, I know it is, and it's called God's Very Good Idea. And after it, you can make some of these, but yours will look way better than mine because yours will be all nicely coloured in and they'll have faces. So get your parents to help you, okay? Let's go and have a look at the story. God's Very Good Idea by Trillia Newbell. In the beginning, in fact before the beginning, God had a very good idea. It was an even better idea than solar panels in 1954, chocolate chip cookies in 1938, the Super Soaker in 1982, the colour TV in 1942, fireworks 700 BC, the life raft 1880, roller skates 1760, and even better than the X-ray machine in 1895. God's idea was to make people. Lots of people, lots of different people who would all enjoy loving him and all enjoy loving each other. They would all be made in his image. They would all be like mirrors reflecting what God is like, because God is full of love and they would be full of love too. So God got to work. He made a beautiful world for people to live in. Then he made the first people, a man and a woman, and he said to them, be happy, enjoy loving me and loving each other. Have a huge family that will fill the earth and look after the earth and enjoy the earth. God carried on creating people. All of them were made in his image, and all of them were different too. Some were men and some were women. Some liked reading and some liked riding bikes. Some had darker skin and some had lighter skin. Some had curly hair and some had straight hair. We live in God's world. We are all different, but we are also all the same. Everyone you see is different than you and the same as you. You might look different or speak different or play different, but we are all made in God's image and so we are all valuable. This is God's very good idea. But people ruined God's very good idea. The first people chose not to love God, and because they chose not to love God as they should, they forgot how to love each other as they should. We are the same. We choose not to love God, and so we're not able to love each other like we should. Sometimes we treat others badly because they're different than us. People fight with each other, people are mean to each other, and people laugh at each other. Because we ruined God's very good idea, he is not pleased with us. Our sin means we can't be friends with him or enjoy living with him. We need God's forgiveness for ruining God's very good idea. It's the same for everyone in the world. People who like reading need forgiveness. People who like riding bikes need forgiveness. People with darker skin need forgiveness. And people with lighter skin need forgiveness. People with curly hair need forgiveness. And people with straight hair need forgiveness. But God was not surprised by people ruining things. He'd always had a very good plan to rescue his very good idea. So God got to work. He came to earth as a person, Jesus. But people didn't love Jesus. Instead, they hated him. They put him on a cross to die. But this was part of God's plan. On the cross, Jesus took our sins so that we can be forgiven. Jesus forgives his people for their sins. Jesus didn't stay dead. He rose back to life and then went to live back in heaven. And then he gave people his spirit to help them enjoy loving him and loving all the different people they know. Jesus helps us to love each other. One day, God will finish his very good idea. Jesus will come back and make the world perfect again, and anyone who's asked Jesus to forgive them will live there with their different languages and different skin colours. They will enjoy loving God and loving each other. They will enjoy praising God for making, rescuing and finishing his very good idea. But here's a very, very, very good part of God's very good idea. You don't have to wait till then to enjoy it. Jesus welcomes anyone who asks him to forgive them. And when Jesus welcomes someone, he welcomes them into his family forever. He welcomes people who like reading and people who like riding bikes. He welcomes people with darker skin and people with lighter skin. He welcomes people with curly hair and people with straight hair. God's family is called the church. Your church friends are your brothers and sisters, your wonderful and colourful church family. You can enjoy loving them and loving God with them. This is God's very good idea. Lots of different people enjoying loving Him and loving each other. God made it, people ruined it, He rescued it, He will finish it. And with your church family, you can enjoy being part of it right now. And that is God's very good idea.